Hello, vinyl community. How you doing? I'm Gary, and this is Physical Format Rock and Roll. Thank you for tuning in, and cheers, or what's left of it. Happy Friday if you're watching this today. So I wanted to jump on a thread that my very good friend Josh, of course, the flip side with the vinyl community, JC, one of the nicest guys in the vinyl community, somebody I'm very happy to be friends with. There he is. Let's go ahead and play that so you can see his handsome face when he comes up there. Anyway, his thread is show 3 albums that were commercial failures, but you really liked them, or they ended up being classics, whatever. But when they were initially released, not so good, right? The reception was not that good on them. So here's 3 of them. 1, this is from 1997. This is Cheap Trick. Even though this is like their, 13th album, I believe, they still called it Cheap Trick. So a lot of people call this Cheap Trick 2. But this is a fantastic album. I wish I had it on vinyl, but I don't think it's out on vinyl. I've got this on CD, and here's a track listing. If you're not familiar with this album, you're not going to know any of these songs, but it's a great one. It's got some really hard rocking stuff. It's got some, melodic stuff. I know a lot of people always call Cheap Trick power pop, but I don't know. In a way, in my mind, that kind of undersells what they really are. I think they're just a great rock and roll band who add some pop into their sound. But if you've never heard this one, definitely check it out, from 1997, Cheap Trick. Sold bad. It's a great album. Part of the problem was they were signed to a new label, Red Ant or something like that, that went under. Like right before the album was released. It was a mess. Next up, from 1982. Now, a lot of people have mentioned, not a lot of people, but people talked to, I think Chris Brophy talked about The Elder, right? How that was a sales disappointment and everything, but how he loves it. I love that album too. But guess what? The one that came after it, Creatures of the Night, when this came out, this was a bomb too. Except if you lived in Brazil, it was a hit there, but United States, nobody cared about it, didn't sell well. Now it's regarded so highly that they've even, of course, done the half-speed remaster of it, and they even made a box set out of it. I didn't get that, but the half-speed remaster, sure. I love this album. Most of you do. Right now, a lot of people consider this a top 3, 4, 5 Kiss album. Creatures of the Night starts it out. That's a fantastic song. Of course, it's got the hit I Love It Loud. I Still Love You, great song on there. Keep Me Coming, Rock and Roll Hell. War Machine, that's a great one on here. Really good album, really solid. But when it came out, folks, I remember, because I was a Kiss fan, I went and saw this tour. Nobody gave a shit about it. Sold like poop. Next up, an album I love, but when it came out, it almost destroyed the band. Rush, Caress of Steel. Of course, this is from 1975. A fantastic album. It introduced even more prog rock into Rush's catalog. But unfortunately, that's what hurt the band. Their concert sales were down. The record sales were down on this. People just weren't getting it at first. Even though it has Bastille Day and Lakeside Park on it. And of course, I think I'm going bald. But then it's also got the Necromancer, which is this longer song on there. And then side 2 is basically one long song broken up in multiple parts. But it takes you on a journey. It's a great album. I love it. Parts of it really kick ass. And it just, the writing, of course, it's all, kind of like a J.R. Tolkien type thing. And Neil Peart's just going over the top on this. They smoked a lot of weed when they made this album, they said. And it shows, but it works great. And of course, the record company said, hey, things aren't that good, man. Quit writing these long songs and stuff. We want more short hits and stuff. Or otherwise, we're going to drop you. And so what did they do? They went and made 2112, which was a big to the record company, but it went over like gangbusters, so it saved their career. But this one almost destroyed it. But if you're not familiar with Rush Caress of Steel, I suggest you go check it out. So there you go. Maybe you jump on this thread started by the one and only Josh from the Flipside. 3 records that were commercial flops, but are classics. I'm Gary. This is Physical Format Rock and Roll. Till the next time, my friends, I will see you down the road.